All right. I will call to order the April 14th, 2026 meeting of the Morgantown Area Partnership Board of Directors.
No, Morgantown Utility.
Oh, my goodness. Sorry, my apologies. The Morgantown Utility Board regular meeting of the Board of Directors. Yeah, I apologize. We have the annual dinner in 48 hours, and that is very much on my mind at work. So I will go ahead and do the call to order and ask for whether or not we have a motion on our minutes from the 2010 meeting.
I move to approve the minutes for the regular meeting of March 10th, 2026 as submitted.
Second to say.
March 10th, 2026 meeting minutes. Are there a motion on the floor? Any corrections, changes, scrivener's errors? Hearing none, seeing none, I'll call a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Seeing none, that passes. All right, we're to the public portion of our meeting. Is there anybody in attendance that would like to make a comment? Do we have any communications from the public?
No.
All right. So seeing none, we shall move on to new business. Hunters Ridge Development Sanitary Sewer Project.
Yes, so this is a sanitary sewer extension that will serve 88 proposed townhomes off of Point Marion Road. The project site is located just north of the intersection of Point Marion Road and Canyon Road. Bids were opened on April the 8th, 2026, and the lowest qualified bidder was B.C. Allen Company in the amount of $387,076. Staff recommends the board accept the bid from B.C. Allen.
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the bid from B.C. Allen Company, LLC, in the amount of $387,076 for the Hunter Ridge Development Sanitary Sewer Project.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion?
Yes, I'm curious about that. I spent some time thinking about these extensions quite a bit more lately, and I'm curious. So I assume that this sewage is going to be treated in Star City.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So, the concern is capacity, right? And just, kind of accommodating each extension, the capacity for each extension, right? We don't want to run into a situation where it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. 88 homes. We might have plenty of capacity for 88 homes now. Each one incrementally adds volume, obviously. So I'm just curious about how we're bidding, because at some point we're going to run out of capacity. Right? As our community grows and we keep adding capacity into the system, we don't have an infinite supply. So how are we accounting for that in these bids? Are we taxing the bids somehow to build a reserve?
No, we do not have a capacity development fee.
Okay.
And so in West Virginia, without a capacity development fee, it's really a first come, first serve. And so now we have excess capacity that can be available in our Star City plant because we have cells in the microfiltration that have not been built out.
Mm-hmm.
They're there for future capacity.
Mm-hmm.
But we always will be able to take in account as developments come on. Of course, these are residential, which are much smaller than like a big industrial. But if we would see ourselves getting to the point where we would have to say, hey, we're going to have to upgrade to serve your request, which we just did this just a few months ago with a request for water service, where we were going to have to upgrade, add a tank, upgrade the lines, add a booster, And we gave them hey, can't do it, don't have the capacity on that section of our system, you have to pay for it. And that's the way it works in West Virginia.
Okay.
That person or development would come and they would pay
So
if they wanted.
Yeah, we had that issue with the Chaplain Hill, Westbridge area out at Milan Park a few years back, that we had to upgrade our system before we were able to expand out into there, expand capacity
Right.
there correctly.
Right.
And I think complicating everything is the fact that this county does not have any land use planning. If you have a county land use plan, you know the areas that have been identified for residential, commercial, and industrial, and you can project both all your infrastructure, roads, utilities, up to 20 years in the future. And through that type of planning, you would then be able to establish at what point you have to establish a moratorium on any additional connections, regardless of whether or not you have a capacity charge that's levied on top of that to accommodate the developments.
And we were getting dangerously close to that out at Cheat Lake.
Yes, we were.
Right. We hit the points where
Right.
we were exceeding permit.
Right.
And we had to send the plan in for the DEP, and that plan was to upgrade the treatment plan.
And not only the treatment plant, but you would have to increase like the conveyance, the lines that this is happening into. They would have to become larger.
Yeah.
In some cases, absolutely.
Yeah, that was the issue we had out at Chaplain Hill. So we still had plenty of capacity at Star City, but in order to get it there from that corridor, we were, I think we were running pump station, Rich, correct me if I'm wrong, it was running about 17, 18 hours a day, and it was aimed at no more than 10 or 12 at that time.
So what Tom said is really big, major issue about the lack of planning in the county, because that makes the work a lot harder. You know, you're just getting stuff thrown at you.
And see, some parts of West Virginia which are declining, they're not concerned about that.
No,
But
here,
this is an urbanized area that continues to have economic development and growth, and we're lacking the necessary land use planning. I'm not even using the term zoning, land use planning, so you can plan where additional developments are going to go, and that would be important for both highway construction as well as your major utilities.
any infrastructure.
So, Mike, to be clear, capacity development fee is not legally available in West Virginia.
Well, it could be, but there might be one county
Okay.
that has some capacity development fees.
Okay.
But typically we don't do that.
Okay.
Unlike some of our neighbors
Uh.
in other states, they'll have capacity development fees.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have very, very low connection fees.
Yes.
You know, and if you go across the border, you know, they'll be as much as 10, 20 times higher, I think, than what you would pay in West Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really think it's something to think about. It just it seems like a fundamentally like a fairness issue to me. You know, we build, and then eventually, you know, some development comes along, and I mean, they're not going to pay for the whole plant to get upgraded. Presumably, that's going to get, you know, there's going to have to be a fee accommodation for that gets spread on, you know, distributed to the whole of the system that it's serving. So I really would like to see us at least explore that a little bit more.
Which county has that type of thing? Jefferson?
It may be, there may be Jefferson or Berkeley County. I'm not 100. I know there's some different development agreements. I'm not 100% sure where you know, dollars are escrowed for future build out.
Yeah, right.
I could be wrong, and I defer to our council on this, but I think any type of development fee like that has to be levied by the county commission if it's permitted in our
That'd be an
state
interesting
code.
question I'd have to look at, Tom, but those kinds of fees have been Supreme Court recently, the United States Supreme Court recently said that those kind of fees can be unconstitutional. So they're under attack.
Development fees?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Interesting. Well, anyway, merits some more exploration in my view.
Right now, we're very comfortable with the capacity that's available at Star City.
That's
And
great.
we're-
That's great. Our current ratepayers have paid for that comfortability.
Right. And you know, it's the way it works, right? I mean,
Right.
and of course, when water quality standards change, sometimes that forces a change or an upgrade in a treatment facility.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
completely beyond
for
anyone's
sure.
control.
Absolutely. Understood. Thank you. Good discussion. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Any further discussion or questions? Seeing none, we've got a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. All right. Fantastic. Moving on, old business, Van Forest Sanitary Sewer Extension Project.
So final design services are ongoing by Thrasher Engineering. On March the 16th, we were informed by the United States Army Corps of Engineers that our project was selected to receive a $2 million grant for project design and construction. I think there's about $100,000 that comes off the top for admin to the Corps, so that leaves a 1.9 available. So we were very happy to hear that. That's going to be a big help to those customers. In December, the board approved an amendment from Thrasher for additional services related to the project, including full design, permitting, bidding, and construction services. The amount approved was $1,595,000. However, we were notified by Thrasher of an error on the amendment document with the final amount. The correct amendment amount should have been $1,650,000. The correct amount matches the project budgets presented to the HOA group funding for the project and what was submitted and approved by the IJDC. Thrasher has provided us with a revised amendment. It's our recommendation that the board accept the amendment for the $1,650,000.
So $55,000 difference.
Yes.
I'll move to accept the revised amendment from the Thrasher Group, the additional services for preliminary design, final design, bidding negotiation, post-construction phase, residential project representative, and additional services in the amount of $1,650,000.
I second the motion.
Any further discussion? What was the $55,000 miss?
It was, I don't remember the exact, if it was one line item.
I think the line item they missed was geotechnical related. It just didn't get added to the final total. And it didn't really show up until the very, that's a 30-page document on the very last page.
Mm-hmm.
Other additional services.
Okay. So it was in there, it just wasn't added into the
yes,
total.
and in the funding in the package that was at the HOA groups that are paid for the project saw the correct amount listed.
Okay. All right. We've got the second. Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Seeing none. That passes. Office expansion and renovation and new shop garage.
Okay, Omni Associates is continuing with the design of the new shop garage and office renovations. The mechanical electrical sub, they were here last week doing some additional investigation of our existing building. Our thought is that we should have design documents and specifications with revised cost estimates available in the next month.
When do you expect that we'll get a chance to talk with Omni again?
Probably, if we get those documents next month, we will need a few weeks to look those over. and I would think the following month. Yeah, so it may be June. We're still working with the city on getting Strand back down to finish up the conversation on the long-term control plan and a presentation for the various water projects that have been presented to the board of directors.
Sheet Lake wastewater treatment plant and collection system upgrade project.
Yeah, so I think everyone probably received some photographs via email last week, Friday afternoon. We went out on site. It's amazing how much concrete has been poured. Clarifier number 3 water test is currently underway. The last concrete placement for the new oxidation ditch walls have been completed. The retaining wall for the new access road from the existing treatment plant up to the new plant has also been started. And they were actually working on the base for the new control building last Friday. So it was good to see the contractor taking advantage of the good weather. Do you have anything else you want to add to that, Rich?
Is it still on schedule for completion?
Yes. We're still on schedule for
Westridge, Chaplain Hill, water and sewer projects.
Okay, the Mon River Directional Drill water line project, the water is on. It is in operation, so I'm very pleased to report that. I was very pleased to report that at the MCDA meeting last week. There's some restoration going on right now. The site itself has been brought up to grade. Now we're waiting for topsoil and seeding. And I think Walnut Street, they're getting ready for asphalt overlay. Have they finished all the concrete, Rich?
Yes.
We've completed the mag meter installation and the installation of the SCADA panel and electrical service for the mag meter vault. We're waiting on Mon Power to install the power service to get everything up and running. So then we'll have some punch list items, but very, very pleased that we're in operation now.
The pipe operational, is the existing pipe been retired?
I think it is still in operation at this moment, but when the new decking, I think when the new decking project starts, we will probably take it out of service because I don't know that it would withstand the vibration.
Morgan Run water line extension project.
Yeah, so design is still ongoing. Staff's been working on permits and rights of way, so everything is in forward motion.
Evansdale sewer lining.
The linings are complete. We have our crews. We have some work to do on some permanent restoration around some manholes, but most of that work has been completed. We went over on Friday afternoon to take a look at it, and it looks very nice. They've done a real good job. Yeah, anything?
No, I mean, I think they're just a couple of manholes that they got to do the final restoration around, but pretty good.
Feel free to ask questions as we go along, but are there any questions in regards to old business? Moving on then, general manager's report.
Okay. So the Laurel Point tank, design work is ongoing. Thrasher has provided us with a tank size recommendation of 67,000 gallons, and we are having them move forward based on this size. They have completed the geotechnical drilling reports for where the new tank will sit, and they are anticipating providing us with preliminary plans for review in the few weeks. The Coben Creek Bridge ribbon cutting will be held on Thursday, May the 14th at 2 o'clock. The city will be hosting the ribbon cutting ceremony. So I hope if you're available, you'll come over to see the new bridge. Coben Creek Interceptor Phase 2. We've issued the notice to proceed to Parada Paving. for the project on April the 6th. Pre-construction meeting has been scheduled for April 21st here at the MUB office. The Central and South Monongalia Interceptor cleanings. The South Mon Interceptor that runs parallel to the rail trail is being slated for a heavy clean. MUB has requested Insight Pipe Contracting to provide us with a price, and they do that through the HGAC bond, where those prices have already been bid. We've done the other contracts. So we're waiting on those quotes. Also, we've asked them to quote the Central Mon Interceptor. There is a leak that needs to be repaired. Lining is the best, most effective way to repair it. But at the moment, we are diverting flow into a parallel force main to the maximum extent possible, which keeps the flow off of the leaking line. We've also requested Insight to provide a pricing for cleaning and lining that section as well. And we've also asked them for a price on rehabbing 2 manholes on both ends of that segment of the sewer. And it'll be through HGAC buy.
What type of time frame are we looking at to cure that issue with the Central Interceptor?
Well, I'm going to defer that one to Rich
Immediately. As soon as they have availability.
Yeah.
So it's an emergency project, obviously. DEP has been up, and we need to repair that as soon as possible, because diverting that flow into the other interceptor causes issues at the plant. Their surging is different than normal, and so we need to get that back. Obviously, we don't want it leaking.
Right.
We also need to get it back for our logistics too. So we're considering that an emergency project, and as soon as they have the availability, we're going to make that happen in the next couple of months.
So are both interceptors, or this is being worked? There's Central and South.
Yeah.
There are 2 interceptors that run down.
Yeah.
But both have things going on at
So the
the same time.
central one, the WV's B&E building, Beechers right there. That's kind of on the rail trail. That's kind of the Central Mon, and that's where kind of the leak is. South Mon is up more towards our water plant.
Yeah.
And so we're having just a little bit of backup issues at our plant, and so we need to clean a section of that to help with that issue. There's not really any customers up that way except us, but it needs to be, there's a cleaning, and that's not an emergency project, so that'll happen probably at some point in the fall, as soon as we can.
I'm sure you guys have followed this long before I did. But
It's a lot of.
It's just like these interceptors.
Cleaning those
They're all.
is very difficult. Very difficult cleaning and expensive. They're bigger pipes. You just can't get on it and start cleaning it. There's a pump around, and you're dealing with that much flow.
Yeah.
And Central Mon is very deep.
Yeah, on the one side, this is down by the B&E building. One side of the trail is about 35 foot deep.
Whoa.
To the other side, that's 5 or 6 foot deep. So dealing with something that's that deep is not something we do every day.
Do we need to give some sort of emergency authorization to you guys today, or it's a couple months possibly before we do anything, but something so that when it comes through that there is no hold up to be able to do that, or do we already
I
have?
wish we had some numbers though, and that's what we're waiting on. And so that's the reason we didn't present it today, because we don't have the cost estimate back from Insight. But
if there's any sort of emergency authorization that would be needed, get together or even for a Zoom meeting, something like that.
That's what we were thinking.
Yeah.
If once we get everything, if need be, we would ask for a special meeting, and we just do it virtual. Which we've done those before.
Yeah, for sure.
Or we've had a virtual meeting and had change orders or whatever approved. But we'll get those as soon as we get them and get them reviewed. We'll get them in front of you pretty quick.
AWVU, thanks for your nice new building. Yeah, I'd like to make sure that we don't have a leak right next to it.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, it's not leaking
No,
currently.
no, oh, yeah, because it's going around.
Yeah. Important clarification, Rich. Thank you.
But they did alert us. So when we did it, we do appreciate it.
Who's they?
Your former colleagues, it sounds like.
It's- yeah.
Well, kudos to whoever deserves the kudos.
Yeah.
Didn't they know you're on board? They should have called you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Rich.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're still in there.
So each year we do a little spring cleanup as part of our stormwater MS4 program. This year we're going to be working on Friday, April 17th from 8 to noon. We're going to focus on the riverbank and rail trail near JFK Memorial Park in Star City because that's now part of our system, and as well as Cripps Park along Pocono Run. So that'll be nice. The Rain Barrel Workshop, which is always popular, has sold out again this year.
Nice.
It will be held on the 21st at our maintenance facility meeting room. So that's always a big draw.
That's great.
Future use money to hold it at the Coliseum or the football stadium.
Or maybe have it twice a year.
Then we'll really need to have a capacity development fee. Have to buy all those rain barrels.
Well, it would keep water out of the stormwater out of the sewer system. Look at that. All right. As I bring up nonsense. All right. Any questions in regards to the general manager's report? Now we've come to the point of the meeting of board member issues and discussions.
I was curious about how Star City's going, how that transition is going along.
Well, I think, Chip, you can speak to the bookkeeping and the financials.
I think that it's going very well. Leah at Star City, we've had to contact her a couple times with some questions, but the bills did go out on time. April's 1st or 2nd, I think it was. We billed all their 950 customers.
Right.
We sent a welcome letter with them, and we've had a few phone calls, but not as many as I anticipated calling, and I think it's going very smooth. The meter readers are running the routes out there. We have GPS'd all the meter pits.
Mm-hmm.
We've had to go out and turn some people on and off, and they led us to believe there's not too much activity out there, but we've had a lot of people moving in out there and moving out of the little apartments and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But
All right.
so for the billing side and all that, the financials, I think it's going very smooth. I'm not sure about the shop area. I know we found a few things we've had to repair.
Yeah, we've had some leaks and
Yeah.
some things, but nothing insurmountable.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Things that we just kind of normal. I mean,
Yeah.
any normal day here at MUB is we're gonna have leaks. We're gonna have the jetter out. We're gonna have something going on. So
Okay. Great.
Yeah, it's going good.
Along those lines, it's on paper. It looks like the Westover lift station is nearing its completion. Are we looking at a potential time frame or not too distant future before we go back to Morgantown Council to talk about bringing on another municipal sewer system?
don't know that we've had a formal date yet from Westover, excuse me. But now that they're getting closer, I'm sure that they will be reaching out to get together so we can have that discussion.
Anything else for the good of the order?
And we're still doing maintenance there, and everything. So all that's still going on.
I have to express my appreciation to the general manager who reached out to me because the Greystone water tank will be repainted and your contractor is going to provide me with the color choices that I can turn over to the HOA for them to select the final color. we're not quite sure when that time will be when I'll get those color charts, but I've informed the HOA and they're ready to move as fast as you need to move. Getting those colors selected so the tank can be repainted, because during the summer would be the ideal time to do it.
So, there's hot pink, yellow. No,
Well,
we'll have all the standard tank colors there, and we wanted to get some feedback from the HOA, so because it is a pretty prominent
yes,
feature in that area. And also, just the question came up about the Morgantown Airport tank. Yes, Morgantown will be repainted on the tank. It will say Morgantown.
but we're not going to have anything on the Greystone tank unless the HOA pays for it.
That is correct.
Can't say Tom that.
No, he's going to give his home address and cell phone number.
But I had to
He
say,
can if he writes a check.
well, when I was Secretary Treasurer of the Sheet Neck Public Service District, I selected that paint color, and then I heard about it when I got home. So I'm glad the HOA is going to select the paint color this time.
Well, Tom, my abilities may be limited, but my ability to listen is not.
Yes, I appreciate it.
So what you're saying is
I have heard that story.
So-
I got you.
you're going to accompany him to the HOA meeting then?
And,
No.
I'm not even going to the HOA meeting. I just send the
Yeah,
colors.
we'll have somebody working with Tom and probably Corey. We'll be out there, and just that way everybody gets to understand, that this is the color, this is what it'll be, and want to give them that opportunity, because you're either going to have that standard blue, you have that light blue or the very dark blue, or my personal favorite is forest green, with a dark green tank.
But my only concern is to do the effective painting, and the tank will have to be drained and re-sanitized, which
Yes.
means the water will be off for a period of time from that particular tank. So we want to make sure there's sufficient enough backup to accommodate the residents who take their water from that tank.
Yeah,
So we don't want to do it on the hottest day of the year.
I don't think we have any concerns about keeping people in service.
Good.
We'll have to. It's just like the airport. I mean, we're discussing right now some portable tanks to bring in.
Okay.
So
Any other board member issues or discussions? Next on the agenda is executive session.
A motion to convene the executive session of the Board of Directors under the provisions of West Virginia Code, Section 6-9A-4B, 9 and 12, to discuss advanced construction planning, investment of public funds, and other confidential matters which are exempt from disclosure under the West Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and adjourn the meeting immediately upon conclusion.
I second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, signify by saying nay.